9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Hold on. Let me get my... Hold on. Do not adjust your viewers, ladies and gentlemen, because this is Princess Peach of the Land, your timeless elite, because she's going to take you to the Mushroom Kingdom. Happy Halloween. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday to the end of your week, doing everything that you can. And you can tell I had to dress up because it is Halloween, and it's also SmackDown tonight, a Halloween edition. But just to let you know, I'm not doing this alone. I am so happy to have my co-host, and he's in the Halloween spirit as I am. So I have to give up to Mr. Kane McCoy in the building.
Hey, we out here. Happy Halloween, Princess Peach. How you doing?
I'm good. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I'm happy that Mario was able to save you and you can be here today to do Women's Wrestling Talk.
Of course, he let me do it because he knows that I have to choose wrestling. I have to leave all the friends in the Mushroom Kingdom because they know I have stuff to do.
Yeah, plumbers ain't making that much money in this economy, so I understand. You got to make a few dollars. Okay, ask me who I am.
Okay, who are you?
I am Doom manager Teddy Long. Yeah. I gotta find let's just know we're gonna rule the world, baby. Tag team champions, Ron Simmons, Butch Reed, forever flying high. I might do a bunch of other Theodore R. Long, Teddy Long, random catchphrases as well. You know what I mean? So we out here. It's Halloween. We got our costumes on. And look, I could always use a new princess because as you know, when I was getting married to Crystal, I had a heart attack and then she kind of moved on without me. So I kind of need somebody. So, we'll talk about that.
That is so crazy. Definitely shout out to the chat as well, to Jeffrey, Christopher, Eric, Isaac. Thank you guys for joining. But we do got to kick it off because we had some news, because I feel like the last 2 weeks we've been talking about Miss Mercedes Moné. Reported by Fightful's own Righteous Red, took to social media to share this year's Black Wrestler 500 list. It's an annual tradition that they highlight and celebrate 500 different Black wrestlers in the world. And this year's list is topped by none other than Miss Mercedes Moné, who has been dominating with her 12-belt Moné. And this is actually her second time topping the list because she did it back in 2020 as Sasha Banks. Swerve Strickland, who did top the list last year, he comes in the second spot, along with Javon Evans, Leon Slater, Athena Obafemi, Ricochet, Michael Oku, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Naomi round out the top 10. But the whole list is available on social by Righteous Reg if you follow on Twitter. And yeah, I just want to get your quick thoughts. I mean, Miss Ultimo Moné, she's just doing it.
Well, shouts to Righteous Reg. What a very thankless job. He is getting more attention for this once again because, man, my man's be going out here and really putting belt to ass and with these listings. I saw it and I agree with Mercedes and Swerve. They've had a hell of a year. Leon Slater being top 5. I don't know yet, bruv. But I understand that this gets the people talking, and Leon Slater has had a great year. I would have put Oba maybe in the top 5 following his run as NXT champion, and maybe had Ricochet up there as well. But I don't mind Athena being top 5 and being second only behind Mercedes, as you were probably looking at our future first ever AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions. Also got to show some love for Lee Moriarty. Yes. I mean, I got a chance to chop it up with Lee during his gallery showing here in LA, and I told him just how much the hood loves him. And I think this more than validates him. He's kind of like the internet favorite right now. So I hope that Tony Khan sees this and throws Lee in some more matches. Maybe get him to defend that ROH Pure Championship. Really see Shane Taylor promotions as well, kind of get some proper looks as well. I think there's a lot of money with them, so they're excited. Also, I want to shout out man like Darice, your and my everybody's Progress world champion. I got to see him live and in person when he won the title back in August. And sheesh, my man's from the 0121 had it going up. So I very much encourage everybody to discover these wrestlers. There are some flame wrestlers here that are doing their things, whether in WWE, AEW, TNA, or in the Indies.
That is indeed, and obviously it's not a surprise because we know how lists are in the social realm. Everybody wants to start your argument, but this is not a coincidence because she is number one. She got 12 belts. I mean, she's conquering the world from wrestling promotion after wrestling promotion. So you can't knock her wrestling wise, but I'm very happy Athena is in top 5 because for me, I was very happy, and TK and I were kind of talking about this because they didn't do much celebration when Athena got 1,000 days, but they focused a lot on Mercedes, which kind of made me a little bit even, but I was very happy Athena made top 5. Also, I do have to give a shout out to some ladies in the list: Willow Nightingale, Queen Manata. Also, shout out to Caprice Coleman because he is one of the commentators for Ring of Honor. I had the chance to attend Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor in Philly at 2300, and it's so awesome that he's doing well. Him and Ian Riccaboni. You mentioned Lee Moriarty. If you have not watched a match of Lee Moriarty, please. I had the chance to watch a few matches from him between AEW and Ring of Honor, and even the match that he had with Hangman Adam Page in his hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That was just truly awesome to watch, and I'm very happy for him. Also, Shane Taylor Promotions, The Infantry, Trish Adora, all of them are doing great work in Ring of Honor. So I am very happy to see that and want to give a congratulations to everybody in the list, but also congratulations to Mercedes Moné topping number 1.
Yeah, man. And shouts to Righteous Reg for putting this out there, for being the guy that, regardless of how you feel about it, he is watching a lot of tape. He's watching a lot of footage to conjure up 500. He could have easily done, 10. I would have done like 4 at the most, but my man's did 500. A lot of these names I never even heard of, but because of this list, I'm going to check it out. And we get to have those debates or who are better than who's better than who. I've seen some wrestlers comment on it, and it gets the people talking. Nobody gets people talking like comparison, even though comparison could be the thief of joy, not to be confused with the tribal thief. That would be Bronson Reed, who won't be on this listing due to what he fills in on the census. But I hope whoever sees their name on the list and whoever doesn't is proud of themselves. And, representation ultimately is all that matters. And we get to get some Black representation in professional wrestling. Shouts to Ashe Wrestling. I know Professor handles that, as well as, oh my gosh, not Michael Lightfoot. That's not his name. Who runs Ashe? Ashe Wrestling, the former wrestler who now, he still wrestles, who runs Ashe. I'm very embarrassed. I should know this. In North Carolina, it's going to come to me. Darius Lockhart. There we go. I was like, Michael, Darius Lockhart. Shouts to my Carolina brother and the professor and all that. But just, it's good to see Black wrestling highlighted for both men's and women's as well. So, shouts to Righteous Rich for that. I will manage everybody on there because I'm Teddy Long. I'm doing Teddy Long. I will manage everybody.
Yes, absolutely. And definitely want to shout out to everybody on the list, and definitely love the Black excellence in professional wrestling and have to continue alive and well. But also, speaking of Black wrestlers making their mark, Desmond Xavier, formerly known as Wesley, has officially, of course, we know that he was released a couple weeks ago, but he is making his rounds in the independent scene. Announced on Thursday, Xavier will compete for House of Glory on Saturday, November 15th, the same car that Mercedes Moné will be in. And it will take place, as I mentioned, Long Island, New York. Opponent has not been named yet, but he is making his mark in the independent scene. And we have talked about it a couple weeks ago, but Kane, just want to get your quick thoughts on this, and also having him wrestle in House of Glory next month.
Desmond Xavier, you dirty little rascal, you coming back on such a huge card to get your shine on. I think that he can have a very big reinvention and kind of remind everybody of what he was before the back injury. I think that's something that we didn't take into account as far as his comeback. Plus, he wasn't exactly put in the best storylines as well, nor given a chance to shine following his historic North American Championship run. So I'm excited to see what's next for Desmond Xavier as he comes back.
It's always nice hearing these kinds of stories, because we've seen many times of wrestlers being released and also not figuring out what they want to do, but we've seen them making their mark in independent and overseas and other promotions, or giving a break. But it's nice to see Desmond Xavier really reinvent himself, especially in House of Glory, because House of Glory is a well-known independent wrestling company. As I mentioned, many wrestlers train there. Private Party, Daniel Garcia. Shout out to Amazing Red, who's one of the trainers for House of Glory. Also, yes. It's nice.
Who is not Mercedes Moné's cousin, as I misstated the other day. Zelina Vega and Amazing Red are cousins.
Good to that is good to know. But I'm really happy that he's starting to reinvent himself in the independent scene, and very looking forward to seeing this, and also very curious on who's his opponent going to be. I'm sure probably we'll find out in the next couple weeks. We'll develop him. But sending congratulations to Desmond Xavier on getting a second chance.
My hope is that Desmond Xavier wins the title on November 14th, and then Mercedes Moné, who is also on the card on the 15th, her mystery opponent will be Desmond Xavier, and she will also become 13th wrestler made by beating him. That gets the people talking.
That is true. It gets people talking. It gets people making noise. But hey, it's not a problem with that. But speaking of people that that are talking, Seth Rollins, as we know, he's been a correspondent for Good Morning Football. Obviously, if you saw from his costume and watched it earlier today, he dressed up as a Chicago Bear, because that's his team, the Chicago Bears. So earlier today, if you watch Good Morning Football, Seth Rollins provided an update regarding his injury, and he revealed that he will be out of action for 6 months. So he did talk about that a little bit to the rest of the cast. Shout outs to Good Morning Football crew. And as you know, he is a correspondent for the rest of the season. But Kane, just want to get your quick thoughts on Seth Rollins being out of the ring for 6 months.
Well, first and foremost, the Chicago Bears are terrible. And if Jalen Daniels can hand the ball off to Bill properly, we wouldn't fumble, and the Bears wouldn't have that win on Monday Night Football. Personal issues aside, however, with Seth Rollins, you just don't know. My sodium level is very high because everything he says you take with a grain of salt. He looks very scruffy. He looks like he hasn't been doing anything but sitting in a sling. So is that a part of the thing to throw us off? How did he put the bear costume and the jersey on with all that shoulder meat not being properly stuck together? So I'm a little concerned. I'm gonna believe it until I see him enter at number 30 in Saudi.
It really sucks. I mean, if you did watch Good Morning Football this morning, I know I didn't, because my team lost last night badly to the Ravens, but that's a whole different conversation. Not the way to start off Halloween. But anyways, going back to Seth, it really kind of sucks because you don't know what you're going to get with Seth, because we thought he was going to do fine. And then, of course, an injury pops up, because we already knew what happened when he teamed up with Cody. There was issues with his knee, and also from Saturday night's main event earlier this year, in the summer, he faced off against LA Knight and his knee got banged up. So it really does suck for him, because he was just being world champion and everything else. And hopefully we do see him 100% healthy. I don't know what's going to happen moving forward, because with the Vision, and then Becky wants Paul Heyman. So there's just a lot of layers, and hopefully we do get to see him in time for Rumble season, or maybe during WrestleMania season, I'm hoping. But we do want to wish Seth Rollins a speedy recovery.
He will not be given the Vision candy for Halloween. No.
Christopher, don't say that, because we do have some Commanders fans on our
You suck,
channel.
Christopher. Christopher, just for that comment, Christopher, tonight you're going one-on-one with the Undertaker, player.
I wish
How about that?
I wish I had a clip for that, because that would have been so cool. I wish I had
one-on-one with the Undertaker, player. Go ahead, isolate that clip. We're just gonna take this clip and do it. You're going one-on-one with the Undertaker, player.
But we do wish Seth Rollins a speedy recovery.
Do-rag Kate.
Well, speaking of another person we talked about this on Wednesday, but Chelsea Green, as we mentioned, she did resign. She has officially confirmed today that she resigned, and then she talked a little bit more about this on the latest episode of the Gabby AF podcast. She already did confirm that she recently resigned with WWE while talking about her current position. She said, "I'm directionless, but not necessarily in a bad way. I came back and I have been nonstop. I have not stopped moving and bopping from brand to brand in 3 years. I just resigned. I'm so happy here, and I'm okay to take a moment and fill my days and my weeks with media and traveling to represent WWE as a face. I love being on TV every week." And obviously I'm saying that, and it's so ridiculous because I'm currently on SmackDown, NXT, and AAA in 1 week. I am still busy, even though I don't necessarily have a direction. I'm happy, and I think that's all that matters. It's not always about winning. It's not always about being on pay-per-view. I know what I bring to this company, and I know that they could trust me with anything. To me, it matters most that they could trust me to have an hour-long conversation with you, as well as go to Saudi Arabia and let me represent them in a classy way, and go down to Mexico and draw a crowd. This is what makes me happy. I know that I'm a value to this company. Obviously, I have bigger goals. I would love to elevate myself and be on par with the Rhea Ripleys and Becky's and all the women that are fighting for the top title. That's always going to be the goal. And it would be so stupid if I said I didn't want to be on WrestleMania, or I don't want to wrestle for the world title. I don't want to ever to sell myself short, but day to day, I'm so happy. I'm so busy. I'm one of the busiest women in this company, whether I'm in the ring or not. If you would have asked me 6 years ago when I was in NXT, struggling and fighting for my life to even be happy, I would have never thought this. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm building this beautiful house with my husband and my dogs. Life is not that hard over here on this side of the camera.
Today is Friday, October 31st. Happy Halloween. For Chelsea Green's Trick or Treat bucket, she will be getting one half of the AAA mixed tag team titles this Sunday, November 2nd, for the special Day of the Dead event with AAA, as she teams with Ethan Page to take on La Hydra and Mr. Iguana, as we continue to WWE-zation of AAA by putting all the titles on WWE Superstars and get on WWE TV. But Chelsea Green has been really the MVP of the women's division from the moment she got there. To quote the great Sean Corey Corda, Jay-Z, "You put her anywhere on earth, she triples her worth." And she has more than shown that with any feud, you know what I call her? I call her a saw, okay? A saw is a slot anywhere wrestler. You put them anywhere on the card, they're going to cut through, or make a saw thing. She's going to cut through. That's what Chelsea Green is. And she has shown that every storyline you watch, you don't get up and walk away. She's must-see TV. And, to see her bounce back from her, getting injured, coming back, getting injured, coming back, getting injured, getting released, and then going on the indies, making an impact, if you will, impact by becoming a Knockouts tag champion and Knockouts world champion, to getting that shot one last time, really, to get back to NXT. And she's been killing it since, from everything with Sonya Deville, from being a Karen, then with Sonya Deville, then with Piper Niven, and now with the Secret Hervis. Man, she's amazing. And for you to be that person to do all these media appearances and whatnot, that means that they've really passed you the ball, and she's definitely running to the end zone with it. They play football in Canada, right? I can make that metaphor.
I think so.
CFLs.
I
Okay,
think
cool.
so. She's definitely the workhorse of the women's division. I mean, right now, I mean, how can you not like Chelsea Green for what she's doing? If she's on social, she's on doing media appearance, and that just shows they have a lot of trust in her, and also for her being very creative because we know she can pull it off. I have seen her footage when she was in Independent. And she talked about this, and I talked about this on Wednesday when she interviewed Chris Van Vliet when she talked about this, because she is no slouch. I would love for her to be in the world title picture, because we talked about this now, where unfortunately there has been a staggering on how they're setting up the women's division on SmackDown. I would love for Chelsea to do a program with Tiffany, depending on that, because that would have been so fun to do. And also with the fact too, as I also mentioned, Piper Niven is suffering from a serious injury. So it's time for Chelsea to be on a little bit of a solo as of right now. And with the fact too, she is doing a program with Ethan Page within NXT and also doing stuff in AAA. That's really nice to just have that presence. And it's also nice that her husband is cheering for her on the sideline and just really giving her everything that she can. But hopefully we get to see Chelsea make her mark, because she did say if she did appear on SmackDown tonight, she does have a costume made for Halloween.
I can't wait to see what it is. Her and Piper killed it last year when they were the Hart Foundation. Brett and Jim, the Anvil. That was amazing. Bold prediction: Chelsea Green is your 2026 Women's Royal Rumble winner.
Oh my goodness, that is a well predicted. I actually, I did say Roxanne for Money in the Bank, but I wouldn't mind seeing Chelsea Green get Money in the Bank for 2026.
Yeah. And or Money in the Bank, but that's post SummerSlam. That's not until September of next year. So I think Chelsea Green, I think that WrestleMania moment with Chelsea Green, especially with what happened last year with her, remember, not even being on WrestleMania. Remember that? She wasn't even on Mania. So I think we're gonna get some due with that. She was US champion last year and not even on. So I think this year she wins the world championship, whether it be the Women's World Championship or the WWE Women's Championship.
Indeed, Chelsea is just really killing it. And also, as she said, in the world of Becky's and Rhea's and Mercedes, go beat Chelsea Green. Just go beat Chelsea.
Beat Chelsea. Blue is the color. Well, green is the color, but blue is the color because Chelsea football. It's my football club for all my soccer people out there.
Well, you mentioned blue because I'm thinking of SmackDown tonight, since it is the official color blue. It's happening at the top of the hour in a special Halloween edition of Honey Night SmackDown, the top of the hour. I don't know who Honey's going to dress up as, but I'm very excited and curious to see who she's going to dress up as. But we do have it tonight, Salt Lake City, Utah, the final SmackDown before Saturday night's main event. We do have Kit Wilson taking on Carmelo Hayes one-on-one. This has been brewing the last couple weeks backstage, but Carmelo Hayes finally gets in the ring one-on-one with Kit Wilson. We're also going to have former best friends, now bitter enemies, Alexa Bliss taking on Nia Jax one-on-one. We're also going to hear from Jade Cargill after the brutal beating she put on the women's champion Tiffany Stratton right before their big clash at Saturday night's main event. And very curious on what she's going to say after the horrendous attack she put on Miss Tiffany Stratton. We're also going to have Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre facing off for the final time right before their big duel at Saturday night's main event. And also, I don't have a slide for this, but Ilya Dragunov is continuing his U.S. Open Challenge. So don't know what opponent's going to be, but all this and more is happening on SmackDown tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on USA Network.
Looks like the road dog Jesse James dressed up as a good SmackDown writer for Halloween tonight, because this card is banging. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for Carmelo Hayes and Kit Wilson. Like they are fiending to wrestle. Kit Wilson wants to show that, hey, I'm employed. I'm on television. I know that Prince is injured. Elton Prince is injured at the moment, but you know I can kind of hold my own, and I think Carmelo also wants to get busy now that he got that Miz stink off of him after he's done making that Miz steak. I really hope that Miz doesn't interfere in the match and have Kit Wilson defeat the Carmelo Hayes after all that toxic masculinity talk. But that's one that when I saw it, I set up. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Also, want to hear from Jade Cargill to address Tiffany Stratton, and hopefully this ends tomorrow with Jade holding up the WWE Women's Championship.
Jeffrey, I saw what you did there, Miss Scargill. I saw what the reference you did for Scar from The Lion King.
Yes, yeah. So badass looking.
That is so cool. I'm very curious on what Jade's gonna say because she's used to being a heel, which I love because she was born with it. Didn't matter when she was in AEW, even here, she was born to do with it. So I'm very curious on what she's gonna say. I'm very curious also regarding Carmelo Hayes and Kit Wilson. I'm actually excited because we need to show love to some of this mid-card talent people. There is more than 5 people on SmackDown. We need to show a lot of love to the mid-card division because there's a lot of guys out there doing that. And also very curious on who's going to be Ilya Dragunov's next opponent. I can't tell you who it is. It could be from NXT. It could be somebody we haven't seen in months. So who knows what it's going to be. But very happy to see this, all this and more happening on SmackDown tonight at the top of the hour with Honey Night SmackDown. We just have too many lists happening. So Bleacher Report. Oh, Bleacher Report. They did a top ranking of the top WWE and AEW stars in their 20s. And this is just a very interesting list. So, of course, obviously, they kind of wanted to do the top stars that are still signed in their 20s today. So, obviously, they're going to go with 20. I'm actually going to go with the top 5. Actually, I'll go with number 10. So number 10, they started off with Tiffany Stratton. Number 9, Jack Perry. Number 8, let's see, number 8, Roxanne Perez. Number 7, Jordan Grace. Number 6, Oba Femi. Number 5, Braun Breaker. Number 4, MJF. Number 3, Kyle Fletcher. Number 2, Dominic Mysterio. And number 1, Miss Mommy, Rhea Bloody Ripley.
That's an awkward turtle, Dominic and then Rhea. Awkward.
Any thoughts? I mean, this is Bleacher Report's list. This is their list.
You know, Bleacher Report. That's another conversation. However, you know, I've never been a big fan of wrestlers' ages. I feel like one of the things you don't talk about, or two of the things you don't talk about, are a wrestler's weight and a wrestler's age. That's kind of the old adage. You don't mention those in promos unless the wrestler brings them up themselves. Wrestling's supposed to be larger than life, universally beloved, immortal superstar characters, and hearing their age just kind of always makes it normal, which I feel you don't want professional wrestling to be. But that aside, with the list, I would definitely have Fletcher, maybe not Fletcher. Braun will probably be number 3 and Fletcher will be 5, maybe. That's kind of the only thing when I look at that top 5 that I think of in terms of, yeah, Fletcher got the shot. And listen, I'm a member of the Fleshlight section. I love a good Fleshlight, Cal Fletcher. But I think that Fletcher is primed to be the future. But I think Tony had the chance to pull the trigger with the upset, and it didn't happen. So it's kind of like, you know, just, TNT. And is he even the most over guy in his faction right now with the Don Callis family? You know what I mean? It has to be Kazuchika Okada, right? It's probably Okada and
Takeshita.
Takeshita battling for those top two. So that's why I'm thinking. But again, yeah, it's a list. It's out there. Lists are subjective. I'm happy though that a woman was number one. In Rhea Ripley. I thought for them to recognize that. We spoke about this numerous times on the show that Rhea seems like one of the superstars who transcends wrestling. Like like you look at Rhea Ripley and it's just like, yo, who is that? Like what's she do? I want to know more about her. Like what's happening? Oh, she wrestles. She's a badass. She beat up Ric Flair's daughter at WrestleMania to win a championship. What? Like, yeah, Rhea transcends. Matter of fact, she was here at a Hot Topic signing before Raw in Anaheim, and it was insane. People who don't even watch wrestling were there, or people who only got into wrestling because of Rhea. So Rhea is very over. You just hear the pops for her. So, she's something that we haven't really seen in professional wrestling, and she's able to pull it off well. So I'm happy to see her as number one.
She is. It's a love-hate relationship with me when it comes to Bleacher Report, because sometimes it's like, do you watch wrestling on a weekly basis or just you go by popularity? But that's a whole separate conversation, I'll say, for another day.
Yeah, they got Hook at 20.
It's crazy. I saw this whole list. I'm like, yeah, I think there's something in there, but that's a whole conversation I'll get into. But I'm very happy Rhea is number one because she is one of the most over females above all in wrestling. Like anytime I would talk to somebody within wrestling, they would mention Rhea Ripley, and I said, why Rhea Ripley? And they said because of the way she looks, that she's very different. It's just she has that type of aura, especially when it comes to the ring. Also a killer theme song, by the way, too. I mean, you can't knock it with that. So that's very happy for that. I did see as your timeless Ely who watches AEW on a week-to-week basis, I was very happy with MJF being on like the top 5, because out of all the superstars in AEW, because it's still young, it's still growing within 6 years old, MJF is probably one of the most popular stars in AEW, with the fact he is crossing over to mainstream. He just did Happy Gilmore 2. He's going to be in another movie. He just got married. Yeah, the scumbag got married. Even scumbags like him deserve to be married. But he deserved to be married. And also he became champion. And obviously when he comes back, he'll probably be more ruthless, more aggressive than ever, and try to get back his beloved Triple B, as he calls it. But I'm very happy to see that. And also, I was never a fan of like the age part when it came to wrestling. It's usually like not just a popularity side, but how influence that they have, not just in the ring, but also outside of the ring. Because we've seen many wrestlers who've done many crossovers and even outside of the ring. When I sat in the masterclass for Busted Open, which is the episode's up live, they were talking about Austin versus The Rock. And they were talking about, it was very interesting because it had Mark Henry, Bully Ray, Dave LaGreca, and Tommy Dreamer. And they were all talking about the differences, like not just who was better, but who's like the bigger influence. And hearing Mark Henry and Tommy Dreamer's experience with Steve Austin, because Steve Austin was able to wrestle in WCW, ECW, and then get into WWE. And I think Mark had a story where they were overseas, and I forget what country it was, but they saw somebody wear the Austin 316 shirt. And that's how influenced it can be. But that's just something to do. But I do want to congratulate Rhea Ripley. And even when they go overseas, it's like mommy just has this crazy reaction.
This is my brutality.
Yes, you can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. Those are my two women's matches for WrestleMania. I think Chelsea will be in one and Rhea is going to be in the other. Just whoever their opponents will be. It's the question.
That's the big question. But congratulations to Rhea Ripley on topping the list. Actually, congratulations to everybody on this list. But also, speaking of more females, because Eddie Guerrero, one of the legendary Eddie Guerrero, we found out his daughter, Sherilyn Guerrero has officially begun her journey into the wrestling industry. She's wrestling at Booker T's Texas-based reality of wrestling promotion and training school, and she posted on Instagram that she shared a photo of the facility and she's ready to begin her training. And the announcement was pretty much met with supportive comments from figures within the wrestling world, including current WWE star, former NXT Women's Champion, and also former reality of wrestling standout Roxanne Perez, who was very supportive. And also seeing that it's run by Booker T, it's very exciting for her. And Kane, just want to get your quick thoughts on Cheryl Lynn training with Booker T.
Dum dum. Wrestling has more than one royal family, or Reyes familia. I mean, it runs in the family, so you can't run away from your destiny. So I'm very happy to see that we're going to get another Guerrero in wrestling. So shouts to Miss Sherilyn Guerrero for starting her wrestling career, and hopefully one day we can get a brother-sister tag team of her and her brother Dominic.
Oh my goodness, that would be really insane. That would be insane. Like, could you imagine like them two standing by side and Dirty Dom just like saying whatever he was, and like she would get mad at him and just punch him right in the face.
Sis, what are you doing? Come on, sis.
I
Just
could
be
imagine.
hilarious. I mean, it's just right there, and just like Dominic's actual sister, just looking super confused, and Ray's just like, ugh, whatever.
He's just like I'm just even here, but you
Let the movie
know,
happen. So let's see what the genetics do, and hopefully she succeeds. I mean, she got a hell of a trainer in Booker T, and Booker T is all about like the biz. So it's hard. Like wrestling's hard, and but I think she has a background. I think she's like a she was like a professional dancer or something, like ballet or that type of thing. So she's a natural athlete. So hopefully she succeeds, and we see her in reality of wrestling, and then into the Stamford territory.
hopefully, because outside of Roxanne, who trained there, many people trained there, such as Athena and the Usos, where they trained with Booker T early in their careers, and many other people trained there. But very happy to see Cheryl Guerrero continue the family legacy. Hopefully, we do get to see, once she's good to go and everything else, we get to see her in some matches soon, because I know reality of wrestling, they're just having show after show after show. So hopefully we do see her wrestle in her debut soon. Hopefully soon.
Viva la raza.
Hopefully soon. But quick TNA news. We do want to send a congratulations, because we did have a wedding yesterday. Steph DeLanter and Mance Warner got married. They posted this on their socials along with Matt Cardona. They officially tied in the knot. They got married in a small and private ceremony attended by many of their friends in the wrestling world. As I mentioned, Matt Cardona, Indy Hartwell, Jordan Grace posted it on their socials, and it took place this past week with, and also fellow TNA star, former Knockouts champion Ash by Elegance shared on the story. And also the celebration was featured for many stars, as I mentioned, and just seeing lovebirds in love and just tying the knot together.
Yeah, this wedding went a lot better than my wedding to Crystal Marshall from Teddy Long. So it looks like everyone survived well and went out there. I'm happy that Steph DeLander was able to finalize her divorce with PCO, so she can get married to her real boo, Mance Warner. Congrats to the Lovebirds.
Well, congratulations to them, because, well, you already know my relationship with Mario, so just wait.
It's like, can relate. Beautiful.
Just can't. But congratulations to both of them as well, and just wish them all the best. Just love all around. But also another heartfelt story from TNA since, hold up, let me see if I can put this up. So TNA Wrestling is going to team up with Operation Hope for multiple charity initiatives in the coming weeks. We do see a lot of superstars are definitely doing that. So just a quick background on Operation Helping Other People Endure, which stands for HOPE, is an El Paso based nonprofit co founded by Angel Gomez, whose mission is to help people in El Paso and the surrounding areas of Texas and New Mexico who are enduring difficult times. And it provides hope and help in meeting basic needs that will make a difference in people's lives. We do see some dates in that a lot of TNA stars will be helping. Frankie Kazarian and Leon Slater will help to distribute Thanksgiving meals to families on November 22nd. Also, some of the live events that are happening on December 5th through 7th. And also another thing, Frankie Kazarian and also, as I mentioned, Leon Slater will help out with their 30th annual Thanksgiving food giveaway. Also, in December, their annual TNA toy drive will also be helping with the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion Mike Santana will be leading the charge. And we do see many other superstars are definitely making a mark and making a difference this holiday season.
Yeah, with everything going on in the world right now, it's very dope that TNA is doing this. I guess this is what they've been focusing on because it damn sure hasn't been live episodic television on Thursdays at 8 p.m. on Access. Okay, like can we get the fallout from Bound for Glory, please? It's been dark for the last 3 weeks. What are we doing here? But if it's to prepare for this, then I'll roll back my TNA Plus subscription over just to watch it again. So no, this is very dope. We saw the picture. I don't think we have it here, but if you check on Mike Santana's IG, there's a picture of him with an Eddie Guerrero memorial in El Paso. So it looks like they're kind of already touching ground, touching base, and everything to help out. So always good to see an organization give back to the fans and make new ones by doing something like this, like helping the community.
Yes, it makes me happy to see a lot of wrestlers are stepping up to the plate, especially in this time of need. And very happy to see all promotions, doesn't matter if it's a major promotion or independent, they're still doing their part. And happy TNA is continuing the charge. And speaking of initiatives by our boss lady, TK Trinidad, we do have an initiative that we're doing is a women's archive that we want to make sure to continue the history and just spreading the love of women's wrestling.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches January 1st, 2026, and it's gonna pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might say he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.
All the support helps everything all around, and just make sure we have women's wrestling history alive and well. And right before we get out of here, we did tell you we have Saturday night's main event tomorrow in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's going to be a lot of chaos, and hopefully we got some of the matches that are already announced. We may get some on SmackDown, but we got some matches happening tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Not sure if we're doing a watch along tomorrow, but Saturday night's main event, triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship match. Penta, Rusev, and Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, Dominic's winning this. There's no momentum behind neither Penta nor Rusev coming into this to win. So I think Dominic retains. It's pretty much that simple. It's not as saucy as I would like to be this match to be, because on paper it's like, oh my gosh, Dominic, Penta, and Rusev. But I don't think this is the night where Dom drops in the triple threat. Even though wrestling wise, it makes sense if Dom doesn't get pinned and loses. But I think that's the route. That's not the route they're going to go with this. It's more of double champ Dom shows off new ways to lie and cheat and steal like his daddy Eddie.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, my guy gonna be there too, Mr. El Grande Americano, who's his personal. Hey, babe, pick up. I need you. Like pull up.
I was just gonna say that too, because if you notice, members of the Judgment Day are not helping Dom since he's giving too much attention to El Grande Americano. But I am gonna pick Dominic to retain. I still believe Penta is gonna get a singles gold. Don't know when though, but he's gonna get it. But yeah, with Dom, I could see like El Grande coming in, and with the fact too for AAA, because I believe Dom is gonna defend the AAA championship belt. I don't know against who though, but I think somebody did call him out because I didn't see it float on socials or somewhere.
Dragon Lee is supposed to be Dragon Lee.
Yeah, Dragon Lee. So I picked Dominic Mysterio, and also El Grande is going to be the reason the Judgment Day disbands, because there's a lot of conflict inside.
Dom got a new familia, real Latino heritage in El Grande Americano, real Mexicana.
Yeah, yes. And hold on, we have the WWE Women's Championship match. Tiffany Stratton taking on Jade Scargill, as Jeffrey pointed out.
Yes. The move, we need to go, it's over for Tiffany. Okay. Do you see my watch on my wrist? Of course not, because it's not Tiffy time anymore. Okay. The watch is not synchronized. It is time for a new era. You don't have Jade turn heel. You don't have a major development in her character just to have her lose. So I think tomorrow will end the clock, the time of Tiffy time. Jade Scargill is your new WWE Women's Champion. Now is the time. She's a heel. Tiff's a face. It's always better when the face is chasing the championship than being chased down to get that redemption. So I can see Jade winning it here.
It's gonna hopefully they have a better match than they did at SummerSlam. I just hope it's very clean. Yeah. It's not too botchy. They at least can work their way with the chemistry. So I'm rooting for them to have a really good match. And thankfully, Will's not here because I know he would probably pick Tiffany Stratton. But
I mean, Jade should beat her ass. She should beat Tiffany Stratton up. Like it should be like domination type of enough is enough. She's angry because that's the point of the turn. It's like, no, I want this one-on-one. I want my rematch. We gonna get it in where we fit it in at. So I cannot wait to see Jade Cargill destroy Tiffany Stratton in the very, very incredibly diverse city of Salt Lake City, Utah. That's going to go over very well with the crowd.
I think so too. I'm going to pick Jade. She needs the belt in the worst way. Sorry, Will, but your client Tiffy, I mean, she's been doing great, but I mean, after the beatdown that Jade put on her last week, and also she needs to have a shirt that says "Boo Your Mama." I'm waiting for that shirt.
Yeah, boo your mama.
She needs to have a shirt that says "Boo Your Mama."
Yeah. Thanks, Tiffany. You got 200 plus days as champ almost. Yeah. Good run. Good run. But
we have the WWE Undisputed Championship match. Cody Rhodes taking on Drew McIntyre, who walks out as champion.
Welp, it seems as if this was an audible. They'd call an audible on this because according to reports, this was supposed to only be Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre to determine the number one contender. Instead, we have this match here as Jacob Fatu gets his grill refixed, new goals, mouth of goals, whatever you got to get there. Throw some G's on your teeth. Cody retains here. He just won a SummerSlam. He's not dropping on Saturday's night main event. It's such a big championship. After this, all the focus is on Cena's last match. So Cody retains. And once again, Drew has to figure out how to look strong in a loss. But how much losses can one person take before they become a believable, credible threat any longer? So it's going to be interesting. I'm more interested in what happens after for Drew than the actual match.
It's going to be very interesting to see. I'm picking Cody to retain. I just can't see him drop the belt 2 times soon. And I know there's been a lot of resets with certain belts, but very curious with Drew McIntyre if he doesn't win.
Yeah.
And also with the fact too, there's another person in the wing that we have not seen since Paris. His name is Logan Paul. So,
oh God, please don't do that. Like, don't.
I don't, but it's just.
I know it's Halloween, but that's too scary to like even think about him being involved in like some type of major thing for December, or even worse, the Rumble.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am wrong.
I forgot all about him. Oh man, in that case, give me Drew. Just let Drew win. No, but Cody. I mean, this guy doesn't end up on the WrestleMania 42 Vegas poster and lose tomorrow night. So they kind of gave it away anyway.
Hopefully so. And
I was a betting man.
It was a betting, and we have the World Heavyweight Championship match. Main event: Jey Uso, CM Punk.
4 letters, 1 word. Okay. You know, okay, AY. You know, it's here. Cool. Again, another audible we had to call in which CM Punk's gonna get his baby. Let me tell you something. If they put this title on Jey Uso, there's gonna be a problem. We have a chance to fix what happened at SummerSlam and give Punk at least at minimum a 48-hour championship run. I'll much rather Punk win it and then Jay goes ham and beat him on Monday Night Raw. But no, we've seen what a Jey Uso face woman world heavyweight championship run looks like. Okay, you know what I mean? We got it. We got the moment. The booking after that, not so good, pal. So I fear that you can't do that twice coming into WrestleMania season. So I think, again, who's on the WrestleMania 42 poster and who's not. So that'll be CM Punk. I think CM Punk wins tomorrow night, becomes your new world heavyweight champion.
It's very interesting because CM Punk actually, and I didn't post this today, but he had an interview earlier today where he now knows a father time because he's 42 years old. He ain't getting any younger.
I think he's older than 42.
Oh, Lord. So he ain't getting any younger. And really, Father Time is starting to creep up on him because soon enough, he won't be around for quite some time. So I would love to see CM Punk get some redemption on being champion. And hopefully he has a longer reign than 5 minutes.
Yeah. If Punk wins tonight, he's taking the title into WrestleMania, I feel like.
Yeah.
Or he may drop it and win it again or something before Mania, but it feels like he's walking into Mania as a champion. If not, he faces Cody for the championship. But either way, he's slotted for a championship match at Mania.
And then he can fulfill his dream on coming into WrestleMania as champion in the main event spot. He could do that.
Yeah, but it definitely feels like Punk's going to win. And if he drops it before Mania, he's going to drop it to either LA Knight or Braun Breaker, because those stories are there. I would like to see, an LA Knight win over CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship means more than an LA Knight win over Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. So, but again, it gets the people talking. We chatting about it. So this is the match that I'm looking forward to the most tomorrow night.
And I feel like LA Knight and CM Punk got unfinished business. They got to handle. So they really need to handle that. But that was Saturday night's main event happening tomorrow from Salt Lake City, Utah. And yeah, that pretty much wraps up our Halloween edition of Women's Wrestling Talk. But
I know I was that close to the camera. Damn, I had to back up. I was like, who's this man player?
But yeah, that pretty much wraps up because, we have SmackDown at the top of the hour and we're just getting ready because we got some Halloween fun that we get to do afterwards. But Kane, where can the people find you?
Yeah, man. You could find me in my SmackDown General's Manager office, putting together matches, mixed tags, tag teams. Either way, you're gonna end up facing the Undertaker player. Also, K McCoy, follow me.
Well, the people can find me in the Mushroom Kingdom doing all this work, making sure Mario and Luigi and Todd and Yoshi and all of them may have peace and love, and also keeping away Bowser, because Bowser tries to be in love with me, but that's not happening anytime soon. So, but anyways, the people can find me chirping sporadically on WWT Live as much as I can. Wednesdays, of course, Timelessly Wednesdays, because we're just kicking it into full gear season. We have Blood and Guts, so much happening with that. Make sure to follow ISPW Wrestling, because next Friday we are having our second Girl Power Pro Wrestling. Yours truly is going to be on the announcers table. I'm very excited for this, but Kane can be made to death too if you know. Roddy Mack.
Just to Roddy Mack. You remember when I was doing the white boy challenge? That was so gutter. Teddy Long, Roddy Mack doing the white boy challenge, the 5-minute challenge. That was amazing.
Listen, it was the Whiterade. Remember that drink Whiterade?
Oh, the Whiterade. Oh man, player.
That was crazy. I remember watching those white boy challenges.
Roddy Mack was being the shit out of them white dudes.
Oh my god, that was insanity. Shout outs to Jazz though. Shout outs to Jazz. She's a friend of WWT, by the way. But the people can always find me on ISPW. We have our show next week for Girl Power Pro Wrestling next Friday. If you love independent wrestling, if you live in New Jersey, feel free to come out and spend a night here. And also want to give a shout out to everybody on the WWT team. Everybody's doing amazing jobs, and shout out to everybody doing well. Make sure to check out Honey Night SmackDown. Make sure to check out our other siblings on the Kayfabe podcast too, because they've been doing a lot of stuff. They've just surpassed 50 episodes, so shout outs to them. Hey. Also, do want to put on a serious note, because with what's happening, if you've been following me on my socials, with everything that's happening between the hurricanes in Jamaica and also with the cuts to SNAP, it's very important that community steps up to the plate. So it is very, very important that we do come together, especially in this time of need, especially with the holidays looming. It is very, very important that we tackle this, because food insecurity is a lot more bigger than people realize. And also sending well wishes to everybody affected in the hurricanes to Jamaica. We want to make sure everybody does their part, not just during holiday season, but all year round. And if you live in New Jersey and California, make sure to go vote. Please make sure to vote. It is voting season for those two states, but definitely want to give a shout out to everybody, the rest of our crew for WWT. And also shout outs to everybody in the chat, from Jeffrey, Christopher, all of you for really supporting us. And make sure to check us out, because we are Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.